6 kills, hitting 0.
In that last set, she had only 1 kill and 4 errors on 11 swings.
And the much smaller Wisconsin team out blocking Penn State right now as Hancock strikes with the left.
That's a good choice by Hancock. Some of her hitters having a little trouble. If she's in a position to swing, she can open things up for her hitters later in the set. She's at the service line now. Pass too close.
Point for Penn State. Well, we've talked about Deja McClendon, the MOP as a freshman. She was lights out in the semis a couple of nights ago. But, Maria, you heard Russ talking to her during that last break.
Yeah, well, when he took her out, subbed her in for the 1 serve, he was telling her, you focus on your blocking. He wasn't even stressing hitting at all, guys. You know, she does affect all facets of the game. So it sounds like he wants her to focus on something else, not necessarily just hitting, and maybe that offense will come around.
She has been doing so much for them. She's come a long way since her freshman year to become an all-around player. As Wisconsin gets the ace again, it's Courtney Thomas.
The trickler over the net, but that is exactly right, Maria. When you have to carry the load in so many ways, like a Deja McClendon, you have to execute all 6 phases of the game: receive, serve, set, hit, block, defend. Then focus on the other things that are going to make your team better if one part of your game is struggling.
Ariel Scott, who's led them in kills tonight, picks up another one. Point Penn State. Struggled in the 2 regular season matchups with Wisconsin. The Badgers have her number again thus far tonight. Wisconsin relies and plays such strong defense. Carlini lifted that one out to Thompson. Point Penn State.
She's trying so hard to go to the effective play there. That pass was not the appropriate one to try to push that ball back. Got called for a mishandled ball.
Scott outside the antenna. Point Penn State, or excuse me, Point Badgers. And Morales back to serve. Enjoying a breakout season under the tutelage of Kelly Sheffield. Courtney. And Scott puts it straight down. Point Penn State.
Some of the Wisconsin Badgers wondering if there was any part of the ball available for Ariel Scott. A little hard to tell from that angle. She has to have some sliver of the ball on her side of the plane of the net to touch it.
Driving get by McClendon, and they cannot send it back across. Point Badgers. A year ago, Kelly Sheffield didn't even have the job yet. He was still at Dayton. He interviewed at Wisconsin. We talked to him earlier this week. Why did you want the job? They had struggled so much over the last 5 years. He said, because it's freaking Wisconsin. And it's a great fan base and a great recruiting base. And his one question was, you've got to let me go after Penn State, Nebraska, and Minnesota, the top dogs in the league. I need to be able to compete with them. And he got the support of the administration to do it.
He said it's the best job in the country, and he just wondered, was the administration willing to go after those big guns? Don't want to go after them with one hand behind your back. First-year coaches, John Cook, of course, winning at Nebraska. Dunning doing it at 2 different schools. But the resounding answer from the administration is absolutely full support to try to help this Wisconsin team get back to prominence.
And both of these sides benefiting from what the coaches call the best the Big Ten has ever been. That coming from Russ Rose, who's been in the league since Penn State joined. He's got their national championships. Nebraska's came before they joined the Big Ten. They go back to the slide, the tip, and it's good, effective yet again.
And Penn State is choosing to block this one-on-one. You'll see the middle blocker in your screen, Nia Grant. She goes the other way, one-on-one, wide open. Grant has to stay in that play and maybe make the defensive touch.
Hancock looks to Courtney, the tip. Pancaked up. And then they'll go outside the antenna. Point Nittany Lions. Badgers have not been in a 5-set match in the postseason. The Nittany Lions needed 5 to beat Stanford in the region final if we have to go the distance. Service error. Let's see. They've been trying their best to pick on number 17 in white, Megan Courtney, with the serve. Instead, they serve it at McClendon. They want to try and keep her busy as well. Deja will get a swing, and she's stuffed again. Wisconsin all over the All-American.
McClendon 2 nights ago was hitting the ball to the perimeter. Here you see her dragging the ball down. It barely crossed the net. You don't want to hit middles in their elbows. You want to hit them in their fingertips. That's an effective serve. Really flat and fast.
Cross cart. Carlini digs it up. Morales pushes it deep and down.
Well, it's important to see when you're a blocker and a defender. If the ball goes tight, you got to know that a tip, an off-speed play is coming. Penn State didn't see it soon enough to come up with that.
Chapman floats one over. Back set. That is rejected. The shorter Wisconsin side with a 4-point edge in blocking tonight.
Wisconsin's got to feel good. They're getting Penn State out of their game a little. Penn State almost never runs a back row attack to Ariel Scott. You know, when they're trying something new like that, you forced them into their second or third choice on offense.
McClendon.
Oh, that ball
would have been long.
out.
Yep. Morales with the touch, but just wide.
Break for Penn State. You and I both felt that ball was going long past the end line for Wisconsin, and then they couldn't even get it back in play.
Mia Grant serving. Morales off the fingers. Back out to Deja. And McClendon gets a kill.
And the difference there is how much higher she contacted that ball and how much deeper she aimed. She didn't drag it down into the middle blocker. She hit it high off the fingers. Those are the ones that create much more effective kills.
8th kill with 7 errors tonight for Deja. Penn State back within 1. Carlini the quick. Nelson tried to bat it back across. And the ping pong point, Wisconsin.
You see how high Penn State's reaching. They're trying to play the ball way up above their heads, but you have so much more time to play the ball if you just get low, bend your knees, and play it close to the ground. Too much impatience on the Penn State side of the net.
Hancock, the quick to Slay, and that is sent back. More good defense from Wisconsin.
There's another high play.
Hickey to Carlini, looking to Morales.
Got to set that ball more inside for Morales.
Scott out of the back. Ooh. That doesn't get down. Penn State wanted a whistle there. Back outside, McClendon gets a better swing on that one as well. Point Penn State.
One of the things Wisconsin's been really good at is when the ball comes up, they can put it in a good spot for somebody like Morales to swing at. That play, several times they had a chance and they weren't able to put it in the spot. You need to control the ball like that to beat such a good Penn State squad.
Here comes the big lefty serve from Hancock. Thompson keeps it alive. Free ball. Wisconsin. Carlini. Looking at Morales. Gonzalez gets it. Back set to Scott. Penn State ties it up, and another Hancock serve coming.
Ariel Scott with such a big arm. That's her 19th kill, hitting .366. Carrying this offense at the sidelines for Penn State.
Season high 22 in the region's final against Stanford. Another strong serve from Hancock. She'll send it out to McClendon. Back to back on the Hancock serve.
Got to give Deja McClendon credit. After she got stuffed, she's been reaching and extending and hitting the deep part of the court much more effectively. It's like a wake-up call she got.
4 kills in this set now for Deja. Carlini. Hancock, the back set. Scott, and they are rolling now on the Hancock serve.
Hancock, she goes to Scott, then to McClendon, then to Scott, going A-B-A there and finding her pin hitters, finding her sideline hitters, front and back.
3 straight for Hancock. Badgers need a good pass here. The spinner to Carlini, out to Morales. Penn State gets the tips on it. Here they come again. Scott missed it long.
So we'll see if Courtney Thomas, the server, remember she had some success going at Megan Courtney straight down this sideline. She's targeting her again.
Courtney down to get it. Slay. Picked up by Hickey. Morales, no, and point Wisconsin. Tied at 13. Badgers need the set to force a 5th. Penn State wins it, they win the championship. Nice. Carlini tracks it down. Chance here for Wisconsin. Carlini checks the D, looks for Thompson. More collisions on the Penn State side. Back to Thompson on the slide. Here comes McClendon. Chicken winged up. Carlini in the press row to save it.
Watch.
Hancock, back set.
What an up.
Pop back over to Scott. Point Penn State. In the longest rally of the match. How about the D on both sides?
Love the hustle from both teams. Carlini and then Hickey coming up with this play, but it goes over. And they just can't control that touch off the block.
#21st kill of the match for Scott. Gonzalez was able to get to it. Carlini, back set for Thompson, rejected. And the previous 4 all resulted in national championships. Carlini still fighting to get the Badgers the first title in school history.
Lauren Carlini with that kill. She was actually told in the huddle that she can stay aggressive and to check over to see if anyone's following her or shadowing her in the middle blocker position, because we have not seen her going over on 2 much in this match, guys.
Yeah, for Carlini, that's just her 2nd kill, Maria. Back within 1. Hancock looking to Scott, sent back. Point Badgers. What a job by Wisconsin at the net tonight, out blocking the best blocking team in the country.
And now they're actually having success against the most effective sideline hitter, Ariel Scott, for Penn State.
Hancock looks to Slay in the middle. Badgers slowed it down. Carlini looks for Thompson. 3 in a row out of the timeout for the Badgers.
Watch how Thompson transitions from blocking, comes off, gets beyond the 3-meter line and becomes a hitter, that's such hard work. And that effort creates a huge opportunity and the kill for Wisconsin.
Slay, the tip. Pancaked up by Hickey. Back set. Scott can't put it away. Carlini looking for Chapman. Down the line deep. Hickey with the pop to keep it alive.
Ooh, whoa. Maybe about half ball, half hand there. Maybe a very short stack on that one, but great hustle. You got to love how Hickey stays in the play.
May have been a few splinters in the flapjack, yeah. But Wisconsin will take it 4 in a row and a 2-point lead here in the 4th.
And that kind of hustle, and the hustle we saw in the previous play from number 14, Dominique Thompson, is inspiring this Wisconsin team. It was like they were giving up, not giving up, but caving into the will of Penn State a little, down 15-13. What a response. They score the next 4 in a row.
Down 2 and rallying to win the national championship. Well, it's happened 3 times before. Penn State did it to Texas in 2009. UCLA rallied to beat Long Beach in 1991. And back in '82, Hawaii was down 0-2 to Southern Cal and came back to win. And that's what the Badgers are trying to do here tonight.
Yep, it starts with tough serving, which Wisconsin's been doing a lot of, except for some errors, and they create blocking opportunities, defensive opportunities. Remember, it was just 2 nights ago against a strong Washington team. Penn State hit 500. Now they're only hitting 200, getting held far below their season average by this strong block and backcourt defense of Wisconsin.
What a turnaround it's been for the Badgers. 9 more wins this year than they had last year. Their first win against a #1 team in 16 seasons. The first time ever for them. 3 top 10 wins, including against #1 Texas in the semis. After they spent the last 5 years watching the NCAA tournament from the sidelines.
And yet you got to credit former coach Pete Wade. He kept restocking as a fantastic recruiter. He locked in really the recruit of the whole class in Lauren Carlini.
Big ace for Penn State, knots it back up at 17.
That's not the kind of play you want to do. Let the ball drop untouched for an ace. Wisconsin got to get a platform on it. Much better contact there.
Carlini tried on 2 and double contact on Penn State. Point Badgers. This is how Wisconsin worked its way through the tournament. They did not face a seeded opponent until Texas, after the 4 and the 5 seeds both got bounced early out of their bracket.
Yep, Missouri and Florida out of the SEC. Missouri having an undefeated season until that loss.
Scott couldn't get much on that. Nelson hanging and just barely pushing it over. Scott a better swing there, and more Badger defense from Kavas. And then off the antenna on the swing. Point Penn State.
What I like about this play is the defender, Kavas, stayed on her feet. She stayed balanced. We've seen it earlier in this match. Some people committing their weight too much toward one side or the other. And when you stay balanced, you can make plays like that.
Tough pass there. Carlini tries to clean it up. Bumped over, free ball. Carlini, the back set. Nelson covered. Penn State can't get another good swing on it. They'll go back to Courtney, and it's blocked.
There's the other dimension of a setter who's 6'2" on your side of the net. She's not going to be what we would call a blocking target, somebody you want to attack at.
Carlini now serving. They'll go back out wide to Courtney. Covered. Chapman.
Oh, what an up by Fuller.
And long on the swing. Point Wisconsin. Substitution. Prieto Cerame back in for Penn State.
And Penn State just going with 2 passers now. See if Carlini can get them in trouble. Fails to do so there.
And the sub will get a swing and deliver.
Guys, what we're seeing from Wisconsin right now are some great block touches that are slowing down the swings of Penn State. They're just getting top of the block, giving their defense an opportunity to play behind them. But ultimately, it's the front line of defense, and it's slowing down some balls and helping out their D.
Penn State hitting under 200 now, Maria. And there is the service error. And the Badgers are 4 points away from tying it up. 12 service errors today for Penn State.
Including 3 for Prieto Cerame.
The ace off the tape.
The rules changed a number of years ago, permitting the serve to hit that tape, and those are brutal. That's where a setter, like Micah Hancock, has to stay ready. She actually has to be part of the service reception when it dribbles over.
A timeout called by Penn State. Their last. Down 3 are the Nittany Lions here in the 4th. They jumped out to the 2-0 lead, and now Wisconsin closing in on forcing that 5th set. We've got NFL Sunday for you on ESPN, kicking off at 10 a.m. with Sunday NFL Countdown, then at 11 o'clock on ESPN2. Catch fantasy football now. For a lot of folks, their championship games this weekend, who the experts think will be the top performers in the finals. NFL Sunday starts on ESPN at 10 o'clock, and then ESPN2 at 11 a.m. There are the teams that have rallied from 0-2 deficits to win the finals. Hawaii in 02, UCLA in 91. And then this Penn State program in 2009, after they fell behind 0-2 to Texas, rallied to win it all.
And remember, it was Coach Sheffield at the break trying to inspire himself a little. He said, wouldn't that be a great story?
Yeah.
Coming back from 0-2, we were right there, and we just made those service errors at the end of set number 2. Had they not done that, it could easily be a 2-1 lead for Wisconsin.
Unranked preseason, they were projected to finish in the middle of the pack of the Big Ten. And they have continued all year long to exceed expectations and prove the doubters wrong. Chapman. And the kill for the Nittany Lions. Mia Grant. And now Katie Slade comes back in up front for Penn State.
Remember how big she was against Stanford in the regional final. A number of kills and blocks, turning that match around for her. Here's an opportunity she faces very similar. Down 2 points.
Good pass to Carlini. Out to Morales. Tools the block.
And Slay was there, but she just couldn't turn her hands where the ball where she wanted it to go. She was pointing them out of bounds, and it rebounded out. Easy point, Wisconsin.
Hickey, service error. Think of where Wisconsin could be right now without the 2 costly service errors that gave away the second set.
It's a fine line because you know you have to serve tough. You know you're going to make some errors, but down the stretch you want to make a good team. Have to actually pass, set, hit, make 3 contacts.
And there goes Micah Hancock with the ace.
Especially when Micah Hancock's the next one up at the service line.
Timeout, Wisconsin. They've got 1 left. Well, Penn State fans You couldn't have it set up better for them with Hancock serving.
It's going to curve to our left. She finds the space, and Hancock has been serving very effectively in the NCAA semifinals. 2 7-point runs against Washington 2 days ago. A big run today, and here an opportunity to pull her team tied and maybe ahead, finish this match out.
Trying to reach for a piece of history is Penn State and their head coach Russ Rose. He's already a Hall of Famer, has more national championships than any other coach, and he talks often about what a privilege it is to be a Penn State student athlete. He says, I demand that they earn this jersey every day in practice and every time we take the floor. That's what he demands of his players. And it has served them well over the years. With 5 national championships, looking to tie Stanford with a 6th. They're trying to come from behind here in the 4th to get it.
Talk about earning it. At the All-American banquet yesterday, Ariel Scott was asked, what have you learned from Coach Rose? I learned not to be a baby. You can't be a baby and be a success in life. That's earning it.
Who's got the toughness here to finish out the 4th? Hancock. Carlini back out to Morales. Touched it on the block. McClendon. Back to Carlini. Back set. Thomas. Can't find the 4. Katie Slay will set Scott. Overpass, and the 6'6" Slay jumps on it.
So you got to figure out, if you're Coach Sheffield, do you call another timeout and try to ice the server? And he does.
It's been the case this entire semis and finals in Seattle, scoring repeatedly on the Hancock serve for Penn State. And now, if one or the other can rattle off a couple of points in a row, the title will be theirs. Here's what Stanford was able to do. They were the dynasty in the 90s, from Bev Oden and Carrie Wendell through Kristen Focal and Carrie Walsh, Lisa Sharpley, and then in 2001, led by Logan Tom. And then getting that 6th championship as the 11th seed, the lowest to ever win it. Lagana Namani, Bryn Kehoe, Kristen Richards. And Penn State giving chase. And isn't it ironic, part of the story here, they are trying to beat another freshman setter and a team that is trying to go Stanford one better and be a 12 seed to win the national championship. Maria, what you got from the Wisconsin huddle?
Coach Sheffield telling his team, right now, you believe that you're going to win this match. We side out, we get a serve, we score, and we win, and we're going to push it to 5 and go ahead and win. But he said, first of all, looked everyone in their eyes and said, you have to believe it in this moment right now, ladies.
Hancock to serve. Neither side has a timeout left. Hancock off the tape, and it is now match point for the Nittany Lions. Carlini. Chance here for Penn State. Slay will set it to Scott. Off the tip, still alive. Carlini. Thompson blocked and tipped back across by McClendon. And the Penn State Nittany Lions return to the top and tie the NCAA record with a 6th national championship.